Hi, friends. Happy Sunday. I wanted to hop on and share or introduce a little bit about Katonah Yoga. It's something that you've probably seen me post about or share about. I've been teaching classes in New York City and online. And I realized I never have really introduced it. So, hi, everyone who's joining live. Welcome. I am sharing more about Katonah Yoga. And the reason that I'm doing this is because, well, one, I just want to introduce it. And two, I'm going to be teaching a live class at 3 p.m. Eastern today, Sunday, May 3rd. And I'm teaching it for free. It's going to be an introduction to the practice. I know that a lot of people who have come to class and taken class with me, they've gotten the experience. They know what it's all about, but maybe you who's been following me or been subscribed to my email list or who has practiced another style of yoga may not know what it's about. And so that's what I want to share here today. So hello to everyone joining live. If you have a question about something that I'm sharing, please feel free to type it in as a comment and I will try to answer it as best I can. And yeah, so what is Katonah Yoga? Katonah Yoga, first of all, the first thing that I like to share is that Katonah is not like a Sanskrit word. It is a town in New York, about an hour and a half outside of New York City. So that's where the name comes from. It's a town. That's where it was developed. It's a Hatha style practice developed by a woman named Naveen in Katonah, New York for over 40 years. So this is not brand new, but it is newly becoming increasingly popular amongst yoga teachers, but amongst practitioners as well. And so the practice incorporates traditional Hatha yoga, which if you're not familiar with Hatha yoga, it's usually like longer holds of poses. Oftentimes, and I'm just sharing this from my own personal lens, oftentimes people think that Hatha yoga is for older folks. It's not as intense, but believe me, Katonah yoga can be intense, and it is for all levels, for all ages. But this practice incorporates Hatha yoga with Taoist theory, geometry, sacred geometry, mythology, metaphor, and of course the use of your imagination, which I think and know makes it so potent. The purpose of the practice is to potentiate or to improve both personal and communal well-being, which is something that I think we need now more than ever. So that's kind of like the definition of the practice. And I do think that it's something that needs to be experienced rather than just intellectualized or talked about, which is why I'm hosting this series of foundations or basic level classes. And I hesitate to call it basic because it's anything but basic. But it is more what I'm going to be presenting in these foundations classes will be for anyone, for someone who's newer to the practice, who doesn't have, may not have much experience with yoga or wouldn't have much experience with this type of yoga. I want to make it approachable. So Katie said, super cool. I had no idea. Holly said, would love to come back to this after teaching the 11 a.m. Please save. Yes, I will definitely save this video. It will be on my live, and then I'm going to try and convert it into an Instagram TV, which we'll see how that goes. I haven't done that yet. But I also wanted to share a little bit about how I came to this practice and why I've decided to teach this way and share this work. I found the practice, I studied originally vinyasa and power yoga, and that's what I was trained in. That's what I did my 200-hour in. That's what I was teaching for years in Washington, D.C. and New York City. And honestly, I got burnt out. I loved yoga. I still do. I still love a vinyasa class. I loved being in the heat, but I got burnt out both physically and energetically. I wasn't getting what I felt like I should be getting out of the practice. I wasn't seeing or feeling results. And honestly, I was bored. I was bored of, and this sounds, I don't know what it sounds like, but I was bored of creating playlists and sequencing classes in the traditional vinyasa lineage. And so I took a break from teaching. For those of you who don't know much about me, I'm not a full-time yoga teacher. My more full-time gig is I'm a health and life coach, but yoga has always been something that's been with me since I've entered this wellness world after leaving a career in corporate accounting. But I took a break from teaching, and I was still practicing a little, but kind of feeling, a little bored, a little burnt out. And then I found Katonah Yoga through a studio called The Studio in New York City. And this practice truly re-inspired me to teach again because it gave me such potent material to work with. And for all my teachers out there, like, not only did this make this practice teach me to be more comfortable with like talking about the body, with talking about anatomy, with giving adjustments, but it also gave me something more. And that's what I think makes this practice so, I think I already used the word potent, but so potent is that there is all this theory that goes behind it. It's not just, okay, we're going to do warrior 2 and hold for 10 breaths because that's going to make you a stronger, it's going to give you a better sweat. There is theory, like I mentioned, Taoist theory. We bring in traditional Chinese medicine, sacred geometry that comes into this that makes it so much more than just the physical. And so learning about the Katonah Yoga practice, eventually becoming a Katonah Yoga certified instructor, re-inspired me to teach again. And I've been teaching this way for the last few years. And I'm really excited to share it in this way. Quarantine isn't necessarily easy, but it has been a beautiful opportunity to connect with people all across the country, all across the globe. And while Katonah Yoga is spreading outside of New York City, the hub is New York. But it's been really cool to be able to bring this to more people. I'm super, super stoked for this new series that I'm teaching. So at 3 p.m. on Sunday is going to be what I call the foundations class. And that's where I will introduce some of the Katonah Yoga concepts. We'll go over some poses and spend a little bit more time in them, talking about the alignment, the architecture, what we're doing. We'll go into a little bit more of the theory. And then the 4 p.m. class, which is the full class, will build upon what we learned in the 3 p.m. class each week. And so the 3 p.m. class can be for you if you're someone who's taken my class before, if maybe you've taken a Katonah Yoga practice with another teacher, and you are just interested in learning more. It's great for teachers if you want to learn more about how to talk about this material and this practice. And truly who I made this for is for people that are new to the Katonah Yoga practice and theory, because while it is an experience, and I do want you, I invite anyone of all levels to come to the 4 p.m. full body class, it can be a lot. It can be a lot if you don't have any groundwork, if you don't have any framework, and especially in this virtual world that we're in, I can't necessarily talk to you, sense where you're at, talk to you after the class or before the class. And so that's what I created this 3 p.m. class for. So the class itself will be about 30, 35, maybe 40 minutes. We'll have some time for Q&A, chatting about the material we went over. And then the 4 o'clock class will happen, which you're welcome to join both and make it like a yoga workshop. So what to expect besides the difference between those two classes, what to expect from any of my classes, there'll be 3 parts. There'll be the physical practice, which, you maybe have heard of as asana. That's something that most yoga practices incorporate. It's usually mostly physical. What I think makes this different and different from, how I was teaching before with just vinyasa or power class is we also incorporate pranayama, breath work, and then a meditation. And how one of my teachers has explained it to me that I love this metaphor is the asana practice or the physical practice is like creating an origami cup with your body. So you can think of the physical practice as like origami for the body. We're folding, we're unfolding, we're twisting, we're creating this new shape. So the physical practice is like creating that cup. Pranayama is filling up the cup with an elixir, whatever kind of elixir you want to put in it, water, coffee, magic fairy dust. So you're filling up that cup with the elixir, and then sitting in meditation after that is taking a drink from the cup and really getting the benefits of your hard work. So that's all I wanted to share today. I also have a class to hop on. I'm taking with one of my Katonah Yoga teachers, Abby Galvin, the founder of this studio. And so I'm going to hop off. But I would love, love, love to have you in class. Like I mentioned, class today, Sunday, May 3rd at 3 p.m. is free, especially for anyone who has not experienced this practice before. Please come. It's on me. I just want to share this with you. You're welcome to stay for the 4 o'clock class. All the details and how to sign up are linked in my bio. So at Emelina Hazel, in my bio, you'll find a page to register. And you do need to register. I am holding these classes via Zoom. I thought about holding them here on Instagram, but I want to be able to see you. You can turn off your camera if you want, but this is meant to be a conversation. It's not meant to be me just dictating information and poses and theory at you. It's meant to be a conversation. And so I find that Zoom makes that possible, whether I can actually talk to you and see you, or if you don't feel comfortable being seen, you can at least see me and type your questions in the chat or join on the video after the practice. So yes, I hope to see some of you all later. 3 o'clock foundations class, 4 o'clock full body class, and that will be every Sunday in May. But today, the 3 p.m. class is free. So I really would encourage you to join. And it looks like the weather is helping me out here because at least where I am, it's going to be a rainy day. All right, my friends, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching this replay, and I hope to see you on the mat soon. Bye.